Great. Go dump the Gatorade on him. Coach won.
You're okay.
This is insane and so humbling. I mean, Jerry Bruckheimer, John Landau, the producers that are nominated this year are insane. The movies are insane. We're so humbled to have won this. This whole thing has been such a fire hose. Like, they won DGA, we won PGA. It's just, the whole cumulative thing is just, it's like walking on a cloud, especially with this beautiful cast. Being able to be here with them, it's insane. It's so good. You guys, what do you guys feel? How do you feel?
Look, it feels really great to be at the PGAs. As a director, I feel like we are blessed with a producer who is always giving us the space in the room and the stewardship skills that he brings to our family and our team enable us every day. We would not survive like a week in this industry navigating this world. The agencies, the managers, all of it does not make sense to us. And John has somehow made us move like water through it all and make something that, you know, is original, strange, and very specific, and somehow successful. So, so much thanks to all producers, but especially our producer tonight. Thank you guys.
Great.
The nominees for the Norman Drama Television Award.
Yes.
The nominees are the Norman Felton Award for Outstanding Producer.
It was incredible, and to be able to be here with him was just like the most amazing part of it.
I got a free ride. I didn't have to produce anything.
It was really meaningful. I was so moved, you know. So yeah, it was great.
You know, I saw her at the very beginning when she didn't seem to the rest of the world like that was a Norman Lear Producers Guild Award winner in the making, but looking back, she was exactly that person because she was different, she was passionate, she knew who she was, and she never stopped working. And so for me to see that from the very beginning, it was incredible to actually get to hand that award to her.
Great.
Everyone looks fantastic. Thank you.
Great. Congratulations. Thank you. Great. Thank you, guys. You got it. One more time. Great.
There were so many ideas and so many parts that like came together to, you know, with everything before we even started, and then as soon as we were shooting, there was just so many parts, and it's just like, it almost feels like a puzzle that'll never be finished, but it does get finished if you have the right people and you have the right passion and you have the right, you just have this story in your head, and it's just like, I think Liz Meriwether is like the perfect leader of this kind of ship, and I do feel like what we did was really special, and I learned so much about what it actually means to create something. It's just a lot of people, and when you have the right dynamic and the right communication, and everybody's doing their job, it can be beautiful like this. It'll never happen again probably for me, so I'm so proud.
Great. Right there. Where it's happening. One sec.
Hello, everybody. I'm just going to be very honest with you. When they asked me to present for the Outstanding Producer for Live Entertainment, Variety, Sketch, Stand-Up, and Talk Television. That is being presented to the public will be a overwhelming success. There are people who
She stole your trophy.
deep within himself and examine their own feelings.
Machine guns, mines, explosives, and a great deal more. Are you safe here? Yeah, I'm fine. In
little smile that's in there. Great. One more time.
It was 2005. My screen name was Dax Sucks because I can imagine.
Great. Great. Couple more here. Couple more. Great. Great.
When you're recognized by people that fully understand a portion of your craft, and animation, oftentimes with stop motion, is so close to live action, that they understand the logistics, that you protected the film, you protected the integrity, the artistry. It's all of the above. Producers and directors have jobs that are hard to explain to anyone that is not a director or a producer. So this is great.
And in his first call, attaching A-list talent.
Great. Thank you. And right there.
Thinking without thought, speaking truth.
Congratulations. And let me get one of just. Great.
Thank you to my dear friend and partner. Thank you to David
Yeah, I mean, it's thrilling, especially kind of be voted by our peers, and it's a show that we worked extremely hard on, and it's really exciting that people recognize it.
The hard work of everyone involved, the cast and crew, it really means a lot. Yes.
Very memorable. I think it's a show that we kind of devoted our lives to.
Yes.
And Mike White, who created the show, is not only a genius creatively, but an incredible person. And so for him to be recognized, I think is really exciting.
Yeah, for me, it's thank you, Mike. yeah.
Getting to do it together, we worked together for so long. It's just really wonderful to be able to spend some time outside the office, and
It's so memorable because we hold producing in such esteem. Because we've done it, we know how hard it is, and to be given this award in a room full of producers, it's the highest tribute we can think of. It's really been amazing to stand there among all our friends and peers and share this with them and be very grateful.
Yeah, I feel really blessed. It's so nice to look out and see so many of our friends that we've worked with and other studio executives, other producers. And I love being a producer. It's literally the greatest job on the planet. So I feel really blessed.
I mean, it's just incredible to be recognized for the work that we put in. We shot this movie in 18 days, and without a group of incredible producers, that never would have been possible. Oh my God, it feels incredible. It's like a real career highlight, for sure.
I've been in the middle of celebration and mourning at the same time. This has been a 29-year effort for myself and with my producing partners, close to 20 years. And this is something that Mother Mobley wanted to take place during the time of her life. She actually fought for 47 years, not only to get justice for her son, but to get this story, her story, on the big screen. And so I was a little emotional tonight receiving this award because I could just only imagine what her response would be for this moment in time.
This is a huge win for the show. This is a huge win for all the hard work that the crew and the cast have put into this. It's truly amazing, It was a long time coming for Chris. He had this script as a movie. He had it for 3 years, and he really worked hard, and FX believed in him, and they really supported and helped put this all together for us. For us, this is everything. You know, the PGA Award was what we strove for. It's what you always want. It's what you work towards, you know. Since I was a little boy, I dreamed of being a producer, and to be recognized by my peers, it's like I can't ask for more.
And right here, Mindy. Perfect. And one more with this.
Talk to him.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jamie. Bloody.
Need some going here with the house. Is that okay?
Down the front, Brandon.
Right here. And everybody. And one more, please. Amanda, right here. And one, Amanda.
Oh, yeah.
And Amy, a look to the left, please. Can I get a look left, please? Thank you so much. Sandra! Sandra! You look here, please.
Just work the line, guys. Work your way down. Right hit this one. And then after that, turn it around.
And one more right here. Thank you.
Yes. PGA. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Is he doing any interviews?
I don't. You can ask. Like,
And Guillermo, one more time.
And guys, right here, straight up. Sandra! Sandra! Right here. And right here, please. And one more. And just.
We're gonna get right in front. Beautiful.
Hi, how are you? And guys, straight ahead for me, please. And right here, guys. And right here, please. I'm here with this. Good to see you. Right here, please. Straight ahead.
And everybody turn to the right way.
Thank you. And then right here. India, look left. And right here, Mom. And one more.
Are you with Tony and Christy? Yes. Could we?
Step back. We're in a tight space. Perfect. Right there's great. And chin down just a little. Great. Thank you. And right here, please. Thank you.
Guillermo del Toro. Make it quick.
And right here, please. Oh my goodness. Right here.
They are.
That's fine. I don't care.
You can stay there and just look here. All right, and right here, please.
Planchette, but they're the next level down.
Thank
you.
No.
Right at me? Thank you. Can you tighten up? Get close? Perfect, thank you. And one more, Ryan and Rob. One more. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. I mean, Norman Lear is such an icon, so to be associated with anything bearing his name is so meaningful to me, particularly as a comedy writer. And I mean, I love writing for big characters like Michael Scott and Mindy Kaling. So to be getting the prize in the name of the person who created Archie Bunker and Maude and George Jefferson, like I really look up to him. And I love producing. People know me for the characters I play on TV, but it's the thing I do the most of these days. So it's really meaningful to be acknowledged by the PGA for this. It's so much of producing is about discovering talent, elevating voices who wouldn't necessarily be discovered if I wasn't looking out for them. And my company, Kaling International, that's our mission. Jessica Scott and I are just trying to find people who don't normally get seen, the way that Greg Daniels took a chance on me at The Office and, turn them into something that everyone knows about. That's really, really gratifying, and I feel so lucky to be able to do that. Oh my gosh. That's so nice of you. I'm still learning every day, I learn more from the setbacks than I do from the successes, to be perfectly honest, but I just love the people I work with, and I love the shows that we've made.
So I produced a film that is nominated tonight, Lucy and Desi on Amazon, that I was the director of as well as the producer, and to get to celebrate that tonight with the people that I worked on it with is very meaningful. And award shows are kind of weird. I've been and hosted a few, but they are truly a chance where you get to see people that you did something special with. So it's like seeing old friends. Well, producing is this, I liken it to, you're kind of, you're getting a ship in the water. You work for many, many years to get a project off and sailing. And sometimes you continue to captain that ship. Other times you hit a bottle of champagne on the side of it and you wave it goodbye. But it's a ton of work to get the ship in the water. And then hopefully when it's in the water, it sails well. And if you're lucky, you get to come to something like this.
Well, because we have such wonderful producers, and we had such a special group of people making this film from top to bottom. But Steven Spielberg and Tony Kushner are two of our producers, and Christy McCosco-Krieger, who is just incredible. I mean, we're really lucky to have all three of them in our corner as actors, so we're here to support. The more that we're all making the same film together, I think it's certainly a better experience when you're supported, and also when you're family, or at least summer camp for those 3 months or 6 months or 2 months or whatever it is. So, but it's crucial for the producers, for the ADs, for everybody who's helping to steer the ship, to guide us.
What an amazing group of folks here tonight to celebrate. Tom obviously being one of them, the producers behind Top Gun being another group of folks. I couldn't miss it. Whether it's training or preparation or research or just time to rehearse, there's just so many things now that I look to producers for, just to better equip myself and prepare myself before I go to work.
It's been a really nice day, you know, because even before tonight, there was a producers panel this morning. So you got to meet all the big shot producers and me, and it was 2 hours conversation and Q&A. It was a fantastic morning. Then tonight we celebrate the films, and all these films together are extraordinary. They're all wildly different, from Top Gun to us to all the others to Elvis. But it's a really wonderful selection of theatrical movies. They've all been seen in the theatres this year, and they're all cool, I think. Well, I've rehearsed this with my mum, because she doesn't know what a producer does either.
I want to know what a producer does too.
You're the first person standing and the last person standing. No, if you work with someone like Martin McDonagh, so it's the 4th film I've made with Martin, he has a fantastic vision and usually starts with a brilliant script, and your job is to enable him and support him to make the very best film, to be ambitious, supported, reach, not to overreach, and occasionally to ask the dumb questions, because I could do that really easily.
So I'm really here to support Jonathan Wong, who is the producer of Everything Everywhere All at Once, who is just this fantastic young visionary producer, and was such an integral part. I don't think he ever left the set. I think he was there every single second of every day. And he's just been our leader throughout this whole thing. So I'm really here to support him. I also heard tonight that Walter Miersch died. And Walter Miersch produced Some Like It Hot. The Miersch Company, which for my father was probably one of his most recognizable, important work. And Walter Miersch was a great man. He was a great, great, great man. He was a wonderful producer. He was a philanthropist. He was a humanitarian. And so I also am very happy to be here and talk about him. Well, I'm a very producer-oriented actor. I love production. I love a schedule. I love, like, the first call is to the producer and the production manager. And so I'm a very good producer actor. Some actors don't want to know, you know, from the producers, and they want them to stay away. I'm very involved with producers, very much so, and I really appreciate what they're trying to do. I really, you know, with as much artistic vision as there is, it's show business. There is a business side, and that is usually the producer. I will tell you this, it's crucial. It's changed my life. I don't know why, but I was 20, I must have been 22, 24. And I heard David Putnam, who once was a producer, Chariots of Fire, won the Oscar. And he was talking about that movie, and he said the job of a producer is to keep the percentage differential between the original intent of the movie, the writer's intent, the producer's intent, and the final product down to 10%. That's his job. And I have applied that 10% in so many things that I have done. So David Putnam, thank you.
Well, it's very hard producing a movie, honestly. I mean, many of these movies and shows people were working on for maybe 6 or 7 years got turned down many, many times before they ever got it sold. And many times they found investors and made it before it ever got sold. So it's a very difficult job. And in today's movies and shows, you see that people are really taking a lot of chances. And it starts with also the producer fighting for the material and for the director's vision and for the actor's choices. And I have certainly benefited a lot as an actor from producers taking chances on me when I wasn't necessarily, you know, the obvious choice. It feels great. It feels really exciting. I feel like the whole crew has worked so hard on this, and the producers all came together, and there was a lot of problem solving going along as we worked through this. And strange circumstances with COVID and everything. So here we are, and we're shooting season 2. We have this wonderful honor for season 1, and just trying to work hard on season 2. But we're very grateful to be here.
Well, to be honest, first of all, because our show is being celebrated, and I happen to be a producer on the show, so I am very happy that actually the Guild took the time to celebrate the work of Andor, because it's a hell of a job, and the producers, it's a gigantic team working all at the same time from different angles, trying to make what looked impossible possible, you know. So for me, it's a big night just because we're nominated. But also, I love being here because this is being next to the people that are in projects from beginning to end. And they don't get celebrated that much, you know. It's quite amazing to be able to have an idea and conquer that and get to the moment where you deliver, you know, and you give it to the audience. We as actors don't get to live that journey. And I admire so many people here in the room. It's going to be an important night. Well, now I understand how important and crucial is the moment we're part of a project, but how much needs to happen for that moment to come, you know. And I also like producing because it's an opportunity to witness other people's kind of like approach to what I do, you know, learn from others, be part of the process of other voices finding audiences. And also producing gives me the opportunity to own what I do, you know. As an actor, many times you're just the tool of someone else, but as a producer, it's your baby, it's your words, it's your perspective and point of view, and you're there to build a family strong enough to take a story out there. So I really love that. I need time to breathe between projects as an actor, and producing gives me that breath, you know.
I think that more than any other form of animation, stop motion is analog to live action production. So the effort of organizing it, building real sets, achieving real cinematography, real wardrobe, real props, on the case of a movie like this is monumental. So very happy.
It was, you know, throughout the entire process from the very, very beginning, 18 years ago through now, it's been a long, beautiful, bumpy journey, but we got here.
Yeah, and testament to an incredible crew. Lighting, camera, sets, you know, all these physical, everybody. It's just an amazing collaboration worldwide.
No, I'd just say it was such a humble run. It was such a incredible crew and incredible artisans to put this thing together.
It's great because I think that what we do for movies, when you say producers, and the fact that we have to be there to find the financing, to ensure the factibility, the creation, and protect the artistry. It's a journey that starts before anyone arrives to the bar. We turn on the lights, and then everybody leaves the bar, and we have to wash the dishes and turn off the lights.
First of all, like Stephanie said, it's our first night as co-presidents together at the awards, and the crop of movies is so extraordinary, and we're very, very excited about that.
Yes, producers are there from the beginning. We're there till the very end. Producers are so important to the process and somewhat unsung. Let's be honest.
We rarely get the recognition and kudos that we really believe producers deserve, so it's wonderful to have this night to acknowledge them.
That's right. It is everything from just waking up and being passionate about telling stories with a great group of artists and doing whatever we can to push it forward.
Sometimes being a psychiatrist, sometimes being a parent, we have to come on the set and set the tone for the day and be a leader and be unflappable and calm and someone for everyone to go to if there's an issue and really kind of hold that together.
The director's best friend.
That's right, supporting our directors.
Producers are the people who are on the projects the longest, right? They come up with the idea. You'll hear that many of the projects take over a decade to get done. So the idea that we can all get together in one place and celebrate is unbelievably special. First, I'm looking forward to everyone having a great time. I think it is going to be a fantastic show. So that, I think, will be. And what I love about it is it's always incredibly relaxed and people are just happy to see each other. And I think we have an incredible group of honorees tonight.
The family. I mean, Michelle Yeoh, Ki Kwan, Stephanie Hsu, Jamie Lee Curtis, James Hong. Those people you can't fake what we had, and that's chemistry. That's like falling in love. And today we had our final Q&A, like the last one we were ever going to do as a family. Malala did the Q&A, believe it or not, and we were all crying. There wasn't a dry eye in the house. Like, we did a group hug afterwards. It was so special. So that is definitely the thing I'm going to take away and be so forever grateful. It means the world to me because I'm the newbie, So in this circuit, it's been really cool to meet Jerry Bruckheimer, Gail Berman, John Landau, like all these legends. And then to really be welcomed in with open arms. And even the people who aren't even nominated tonight, like Dee Dee Gardner, like just to be in that cadre is really cool for me. I'm definitely the youngest one there. And I made a weird small indie movie. And so to just be ushered in and welcomed has been really, really special and such an honor. It's not, in my mind, it's not weird at all. I think it's the most heartfelt expression of what it's like to be alive in 2022 when we watched it. But I think that, not everyone has been able to understand it in the same way that like our core audience has. But then now with these nominations, then people are giving it a second chance. And then people are like, oh, I see now what it is. Because I think people only saw the weird at first, and then now they're really tuned into the heart. So I do think that is the power of cinema. It can change you. Even if if the movie didn't find you the first time, maybe the second, third time, then you're like, wow, I really misjudged that. And the first movie that ever did that to me was Old Boy by Park Chan-wook. And at first, when I watched it, I was like, I think I hate this movie because it messed me up so much. And then afterwards, I was like, actually, I think I love it, and now I want to make movies. So, yeah, I think you're right. Very, very astute.
Producers are the fire extinguishers. They are also the fire makers. They're the scaffolding of every project. I love Jonathan, our producer, Jonathan Wong, so much, and it only felt appropriate to be here to really lift him up and celebrate all that he was able to do for our movie. And also see some of my favorite people who've made the other projects I work on possible. Jonathan actually has a really good story because this was my first studio feature. I texted him the night before we started filming and I said, hey, can we talk? And he immediately called me and he was like, hey, what's going on? If there's any problem, just let me know. And I was actually just wondering if I could bring these like fresh vegetables onto set. But I feel like the role of a producer is like putting out the fire immediately. And I think that was the first moment that I really learned what a producer does and why you should never text them with, hey, can we talk? 100%. I feel like that is kind of the next chapter of my life. I'm really starting to learn what it means to put your own projects together. When I first started out, I was devising work with my friends and there was no official title, but everybody was producerial, directing, really writing projects together. So I hope, and I'm working those muscles as we speak. Yeah.
I think we all deserve to celebrate ourselves in some way, and whatever industry you're in, let's acknowledge those who are doing it well, who are excelling in whatever industry you're in at home. Like, let's acknowledge those who are like leading the way and like showing us like, oh, that was actually really fantastic.
I mean, I think, we thought of it as a small movie, and in certain ways it is. It's a very intimate film, but it's also an epic film. It's not short, and it takes place over the course of 15 years, and it takes place over 3 states and the entire breadth of the United States, and there are some very technically complicated sequences of films within film, and we're working with the best producer on earth here, and it's the first time I've had a producer credit, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing here. But it was,
he belongs here in a giant way.
Well, it's nice because I've always been on the set with all the movies I've made with Christy and Steven, and so it's sort of nice to have a title to give that work because it's different than writing. But it was a difficult shoot in some ways. COVID made it very, very difficult. And then in other ways, it was a very warm, loving set, and we all had a feeling that we were making something, as Christy said, something really special and body of work of this amazing filmmaker. And so, and we're thrilled at how warmly it's been received.
It's just been so special. Like, again, this movie is about Stephen's life, and we were lucky enough to be a part of this production. And I mean, the awards don't really mean anything to us. It's really, it's the fact that we created a family about a family, and that we now love each other so much. And I think we will have these relationships with Paul and Michelle and Seth and Gabe and Judd and Jeannie Berlin and Sam Reckner and Chloe East and, you know, Julia Butters and Keely Karsten. And for us, it's like really the relationships that you form and the friendships that you make. And, you know, at the same time that you're making, you know, art that you hope is moving to people.
For me, the Producers Guild Awards is the most amazing night because I never get to see my colleagues. We're always off on different sets in different parts of the world. So this is one time when we can come together, share stories of how hard or how easy it was to get our projects made, and really celebrate each other. The producer's job is everything from mother, father, babysitter, shrink, psychiatrist. What can I get you to eat? One of the best things I could tell you is a friend of mine said, my son wants to be a producer, he wants to shadow you. And I said, okay. He called me on the phone, he said, the only thing I won't do is get coffee. The lead actress of my show, at that time, I kid you not, came up to me and said, can you get me a cappuccino? And I was like, did you hear that? That's what a producer does. Anything. You do what it takes to get the project done and to keep your team happy.